G'day, Ace here, and I promised you a breakdown, and a breakdown is what I had. Yes, a few weeks ago I thought I might be running into a little bit of creative trouble because of just life circumstances, and I wanted to jump the gun because I really hate those videos where someone jumps on and say, I'm sorry, I haven't talked to you in a while. So it's been 2.5 weeks by the time this video is uploaded since I've released a video. I normally like to do it on Sunday, Australian time, and I've just missed it for the last 2 weeks just because of happenstance and life. So I'm really sorry, guys. I think I've got my mojo back. So I'm back with a good one. It's Ace here, and it's so nice to join you. So what have we got on the menu today? As you know, I am really practicing street photography. I'm really practicing getting out and shooting pictures of people. And you might know if you're from the Frugal Film project, and I'll link the details below. The Frugal Film project is a community on Facebook where you get a cheap camera and a cheap roll of film, and you shoot the same type of film, obviously not the same roll of film, every month over this year. So for 2023, I have the Fujifilm, not the Fujifilm, get it right, Ace. I have the Olympus XA2, and it is I really didn't like it at first. I've got to be honest with you, I didn't like it, the XA2, I got it for 10 bucks, and I've been shooting Fomapan 400, which is a dirty, grainy black and white film, and I've really been enjoying it. I've never really taken this for street photography in terms of trying to get photos of people. I had a bit of I don't have the right term for it. It's not like a splash and dash, or I took this quickly through the city, and you'll see there's really not much video, and the photos that I've taken really don't line up with the video that I've been taking. It just happenstance. When I've taken out one of my digital cameras or one of the bigger SLRs, I can put the GoPro on top of the camera, but I can't do that with the Olympus XA2. There's no hot shoe, so I have to physically hold the GoPro, and the two just doesn't work. There's too many things for me to concentrate, so the video footage is really scrappy. Thoughts about the XA2 for street photography. I've really been practicing getting photos of people, getting not up in people's grills or faces, but getting close. I've really been trying to get expressions. You can tell the photos that I've taken where I haven't put any effort into. They're terrible. They're mediocre. No, they're not mediocre. They're terrible. The horizons are all skew-if. It's gross. The photos are gross. The ones that I did put some effort into, you'll see them roll. There's a few I kind of did. They're a little bit better. So that's not the camera's fault. It was me. I was kind of in a rush. I really wanted to practice this camera. I like this camera now. I never used to, but I like it now. I just been wanting to practice taking photos of people. This is a banger of a little camera for street photography. It's surprisingly good. I thought the battery had run out, but I'm looking at it now, it hasn't. I can see the green light working in it now. This is good. What I did was set I set it to people, the bottom one. I don't know what it's called, portrait, which I think focuses anywhere from about 90 centimeters through to probably 3 meters. I don't know what that is in feet. I really don't care to work it out. If you're imperial, go for it. It was a fairly bright day, so I knew the aperture would be fairly closed up. So I was confident that the photos would be in focus, and they pretty much were. One of the different things I've done with this particular shoot, in the past I've SLR or DSLR I should say, not even that, mirrorless scanned. I don't have a DSLR anymore. I've used the Fuji X-T3 to scan my photos, and that workflow just wasn't working for me. My light box broke, and I just was not happy with the quality. It was taking too much time. I just straight up wasn't enjoying it. So what I did, where I get my color film processed and my cine film, I go to Emotional Towel, and I'll link the details below. I got them to not develop my film, but scan my film. And they did a pretty good job, a pretty bang up job. I was very, very impressed. In terms of the quality, it was much exponentially better than I was doing with my mirrorless scanning. So that's actually been a game changer. It was like 10 bucks for a roll. I thought it was pretty cheap, and that saved me a stonking load of time. So that's a pro tip. I'm fine with the developing now. I think I've got the developing process for black and white. I developed that myself. I'm pretty much down pat. the scanning, I think it's worth outsourcing. $10 a month, $120 a year. That's still pretty cheap. I think it's pretty cheap. Great little camera. Fits in the pocket. Someone's phone just went off. Fits in the pocket. Easy to carry. Easy to focus, as in you just set the focus. One thing I don't like about this camera is whenever you close the clamshell, it defaults up to landscape. You have to manually take it all the way down, which I found that a little bit annoying. But that's not the end of the world. Bang up camera, little camera. Would I continue taking this out for street photography? Absolutely. And the rest of this year, it is, what month is it? November? October? I think, I don't know. November, my daughter's just told me. Yes, I've only got 2 months left of this month, but I'll definitely use this for street photography. And I know if I work on the compositions more, I think I'm going to get much better results. And just focusing on people's faces, photos that tell a story. This was a practice run. I was in a rush in the city, so it's user error, maybe a lack of engagement. I don't know. Don't have the right term, but they were all right. It's okay. It was one of those episodes where it was fun to get out more than it was good photos, and that's totally fine. There's no issues with that. It happens. I learned a lot. I learned this is actually in good light. This is a relatively forgiving camera, especially put it on the portrait thing down the bottom. It's pretty good. I was pretty happy with those closer up shots. Very, very quiet. Pretty quiet. So there's no click or clack or beep, which is a fairly desirable thing when you're doing street photography, not to have noises. You want to be fairly subtle. In saying that, I'm not scared to go up and have a chat to people. I've really been enjoying doing that. Well, guys, just a quick one. I'm sorry I haven't been here for the last 2 weeks. I needed I don't need to talk about the reasons why, but it's good to be back, and I think I've got a new project coming up. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. Peek. Instax Mini 12. I feel a new project coming up. Who knows what is going to happen. So you guys heard it here first. Nearly. I may have told 1 or 2 other people, or a few people, but I think I've got a new project with this. I got this for a steal, like it's an absolute steal. I was going to sell it, but I like it. I'm going to keep it. You probably see the wall of Instax growing behind me. I think it's looking fairly impressive. I don't know what you think, but I think it brightens up. It's like the equivalent of the dude's rug in Big Lebowski, if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But I like it. I like that, and hopefully that wall is going to get much bigger. So we'll see. Olympus XA2 for street photography. Very good. Black and white film. Very, very cheap way to get out and do some film. I should put a roll of colour in here. I haven't done it. I've had this camera for a year. Haven't put a roll of colour film in it, if you can believe it. But I haven't, and that's quite all right. Thanks for joining me, guys. This is totally unscripted. You might notice something different about me as well. I don't have glasses on. I didn't want to wear my glasses today. They're over here. I didn't wear them. So you might not be able to see me. I certainly can't see you. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'll see you soon. I should have another video coming out at the regular time. As always, love God, love others, and take time to listen.